Work with Prince William, we watch Prince William up close, and lots of what he says in this are things that people and sources have said to us about him and his thought process on things. So what I found really interesting was hearing...
What if everything you thought you knew about the British royal family just flipped overnight, like completely turned upside down? The kind of shift nobody saw coming, but now everyone can feel creeping in. Behind closed doors, Prince William hasn't just been waiting around. He's been preparing quietly, carefully, and very deliberately. And now insiders are saying that the moment people have speculated about for years is way closer than anyone expected. King Charles III is reportedly facing serious health struggles, and the mood inside the palace? It's tense, heavy, and shifting fast. Queen Camilla is said to be deeply shaken. While William? He's already making bold moves that are sending shockwaves through Buckingham Palace. People close to the situation are calling this one of the biggest royal shakeups in modern history, no exaggeration. Some are even saying unofficial King William is already a reality, just without the formal crown being placed on his head. Yet. And what's wild is, this isn't just gossip flying around. This is coming from voices inside royal circles, where the tone has quietly shifted from if to when. According to insiders, William has already been stepping into the role of a leader for quite some time now, especially as his father's condition continues to demand more rest and less public duty. One source didn't sugarcoat it either, saying the institution is already preparing emotionally for the transition, even if the official announcement hasn't been made yet. Think about that for a second. The man still officially titled Prince of Wales is, behind the scenes, already taking control. People familiar with how the palace operates are saying this isn't random or rushed. It's calculated, it's strategic, and it's been building for a while. A well-connected insider even shared that King Charles is expected to pass the crown to William within the next year, something that would mark a major turning point in royal history. And here's where it gets even deeper. This transition isn't expected to be chaotic or dramatic on the surface. It's being lined up to look smooth, respectful, and almost natural. But underneath, there's a lot going on. Back in early 2024, Buckingham Palace confirmed that King Charles had been diagnosed with cancer. Since then, William hasn't just stepped up, he's taken on a whole new level of responsibility. He's been front and center, handling engagements, making key decisions, and slowly becoming the face people associate with the monarchy's future. This isn't someone waiting in the shadows anymore. This is someone actively shaping what comes next. And insiders say the monarchy survives by adapting, not by being forced into change. So when the official handover happens, it won't feel sudden. It'll feel like something that's been quietly unfolding all along. William has been trained for this role his entire life, and it shows. Every move, every appearance, every decision, it all points to someone who's already thinking like a king. He's not waiting for permission. He's already stepping into that space with confidence and precision, and that's caught a lot of people off guard. But here's where things start getting complicated. Because not everyone inside the palace is comfortable with how fast this shift is happening. Queen Camilla, in particular, is said to be struggling with it in a big way. While William's rise has been steady and calculated, her reaction? Not calm at all. Reports claim she's been upset over how William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, handled certain major decisions, especially around Prince Andrew, Duke of York, being pushed further out of royal life. One insider even described a moment where, after King Charles gave William more authority, Camilla reacted emotionally, saying she didn't want things to unfold like this. Whether every detail is exact or not, the bigger picture being painted is consistent. This shift in power isn't sitting well with her at all. Camilla has reportedly embraced her role as queen and isn't ready to fade into the background. Not even close. The idea of stepping aside, even gradually, feels too soon, and maybe even unfair from her perspective. Meanwhile, the growing image of William and Catherine as the monarchy's new central force is only making that tension stronger. Some insiders are even saying she feels sidelined, like decisions are being made without her influence the way they used to be. One moment that really stood out was the push to remove Prince Andrew from Royal Lodge. That move, according to sources, felt like a clear power play, and one that left Camilla feeling more like an observer than a decision-maker. Whether intentional or not, the message being received in her circle is loud and clear. The balance of power is shifting, fast. And senior royals are reportedly already reminding her that William and Catherine's time is coming sooner rather than later. One source even said that when Catherine becomes queen, Camilla could find herself in a position where she has far less control than she ever expected. And just like that, The royal dynamic everyone thought was stable is starting to look very different. When it comes to power, influence, and status inside the royal system, this is where things get really uncomfortable, real fast. For Queen Camilla, this moment hits like a brutal wake-up call. After waiting decades to finally wear the crown, the idea of losing influence now? That's not something she's taking lightly at all. And honestly, it explains why insiders keep describing her dynamic with Catherine, Princess of Wales, as straight-up toxic. This isn't some quiet tension either. This is being described as a full-on royal clash that's spiraling out of control. What's going on between Catherine and Camilla goes way beyond awkward dinners or polite smiles. Multiple insiders are saying the two can barely tolerate being in the same room, and when they are, it's icy, tense, and completely forced. Palace staff have even been adjusting schedules just to keep them apart. Yeah, it's that serious. One major turning point? The state visit involving Donald Trump. According to insiders, the energy during that visit was intense, almost like every small detail turned into a silent competition. From outfits to positioning, everything felt calculated. And then came the moment that really shifted things. Catherine stepped in, escorted Melania Trump, and completely owned the spotlight. That move didn't go unnoticed, not even close. Sources say Camilla picked up on it instantly, and she was not happy about it. The tension didn't stop there either. At the state banquet, insiders claim Camilla was still upset, especially over Catherine's choice of tiara. Sounds small, right? Not in royal terms. That choice was seen as symbolic, almost like a quiet signal that Catherine's time as queen might be closer than people think. And that's what makes this situation way deeper than just personal dislike. This is about power, about image, about who represents the future of the monarchy. Both women hold major positions, but there's only so much space at the top, and neither one seems willing to step back right now. From Catherine's side, insiders say she feels like Camilla needs to ease up, especially in public settings where tensions have reportedly started affecting Prince William and his relationship with his stepmother. That kind of strain? It doesn't just stay behind palace walls, it shifts the entire dynamic. And while all this is unfolding, William isn't just watching, he's planning something much bigger. His vision for the monarchy? It's not about keeping everything the same, it's about reshaping it completely for a new era. During his appearance on The Reluctant Traveler with Eugene Levy, William made it clear that change is part of the plan, and he's not scared of it. He's not trying to flip everything upside down overnight, but he does believe some traditions need to be questioned. If something feels outdated, he wants it looked at. Simple as that. Royal insiders say this could mean less over-the-top ceremony and more focus on what actually matters. Think fewer drawn-out rituals, less flashy displays, and a more streamlined approach overall. Not removing tradition completely, but cutting back on what no longer fits the times. Reports from royal editor Rebecca English suggest William wants to simplify things across the board. That includes trimming down the royal household, rethinking how royal warrants are given, and making sure every role still makes sense in today's world. Even when it comes to public appearances, he's switching it up. Instead of doing a high number of surface-level events, he reportedly wants fewer appearances, but ones that actually have impact. Less ribbon cutting, more meaningful engagement that people can connect with. William himself described it as taking on a smaller role in the royal system. But don't get it twisted, that doesn't mean less influence. In an interview with Sky News during his time in South Africa, he said he wants to do things differently for his generation. His goal? A monarchy that feels closer to the people, more open, more real, not something distant hiding behind tradition. And according to sources speaking to reporter Rob Shooter, this shift isn't just talk, it's already in motion. Prince William doesn't move off emotion. He moves with strategy, precision, and zero hesitation. This isn't someone who forgets easily or lets things slide. Cross him, and insiders say the consequences can be serious, quiet, calculated, and long-lasting. And that right there is a major shift from the kind of leadership the UK has been used to for decades. This no-nonsense mindset is exactly why Queen Camilla is reportedly feeling uneasy right now. Because if there's one thing becoming clear, it's this. William is not here to play it safe or keep things comfortable. If you really want to understand how he plans to rule, just look at how he handled the whole Prince Andrew, Duke of York situation. That scandal wasn't just a family issue, it was a full-blown test of leadership. And according to insiders, William stepped in and handled it with ruthless efficiency. While King Charles III reportedly leaned toward giving his brother some grace, William pushed for something completely different: clear, decisive action. He wasn't interested in half measures or quiet fixes. He wanted Andrew completely removed from public life. No confusion, no mixed signals. That moment said everything about the difference between father and son. Where Charles tends to lead with emotion and loyalty, William is thinking long-term, protecting the institution above everything else. And in the end, his approach reportedly won out. Former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond pointed out that William is focused on modernizing the monarchy and making sure it actually connects with people from all walks of life. That means cutting off anything, or anyone, that could damage that image. Royal author Robert Jobson backed that up, saying William is not the type to tolerate chaos behind the scenes. He's expected to run a tighter, more disciplined system, and when needed, make tough calls without dragging things out. But here's where things get even messier. Because the Andrew situation didn't just expose problems, it exposed cracks between William and Camilla too. Reports suggest that when William and Catherine, Princess of Wales, pushed to have Andrew removed from Royal Lodge, it didn't sit well with Camilla at all. From her perspective, it felt like a power move, one that cut her out of the decision-making process completely. And it didn't stop there. There were also growing concerns around Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Sources say William wanted to keep the York family out of the spotlight entirely, at least until after the next major update on King Charles's health. But Charles? He reportedly had a different view. He believed the family needed to show unity publicly, even during difficult times. That decision caught some palace insiders off guard and left William frustrated, especially since he sees the Yorks as a liability in today's climate. So when you look at all of this together, a pattern starts forming fast. William isn't afraid to cut ties, limit exposure, or make unpopular decisions if he believes it protects the monarchy. No hesitation, no emotional back and forth, just action. And that's exactly why people expect his reign to look very different from both his father and even Queen Elizabeth II. Less patience for scandal, less tolerance for dysfunction, and a much sharper focus on control. Now here's the part that really changes the game. Because you can't talk about William's rise without talking about Catherine, Princess of Wales. Insiders keep saying the same thing. She's not just part of the picture, she's the backbone of the whole operation. Royal author Russell Myers even said she's essential to how the monarchy functions today. And her background? That plays a huge role. Coming from a more grounded, middle-class upbringing, Catherine brings something the monarchy has struggled with for years: real-world awareness. She understands how everyday people think and live, and that's something William clearly values as he reshapes the institution. But don't get it twisted, she's not just standing behind him quietly. Sources say she's fully aligned with William's vision, helping run things more like a structured system, almost like a business, where stability is the top priority for both their family and the country. Royal commentator Hilary Fordwich made it clear that Catherine's influence is only going to grow from here. As their children get older and step closer to royal duties, she's expected to take on an even bigger role behind the scenes. And what really sets her apart? It's her resilience, no question. After going through her own serious health battle, she came back into public life with strength that people couldn't ignore. That kind of comeback built real respect with the public, not just sympathy. Sources say she believes the monarchy needs unity right now more than ever, and she's been working hard to keep things steady, even while dealing with personal challenges behind the scenes. So while William is making bold moves out front, Catherine is right there, holding everything together where it matters most. One insider put it straight: Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been right there beside Prince William through months of pressure, tense talks, and decisions that could shake the entire monarchy. And yeah, it's been heavy, no doubt about that. But here's the part that stands out. She didn't fold, she didn't step back. She leveled up and became even stronger. Royal commentator Emily Andrews explained that what really makes William and Catherine dangerous as a duo is how perfectly they balance each other out. It's not just about public appearances, it's about how they move behind the scenes. At the same time, they've been raising their kids in a way that feels grounded, stable, and real, something the monarchy has struggled to show for years. And that matters more than people think. Because of that stability at home, that's what insiders believe will translate into long-term stability for the monarchy when William takes the crown. This isn't just about titles anymore, this is about building a whole new system from the inside out. When that moment comes, Catherine won't just be standing next to him as queen consort. She'll be a co-architect of an entirely reworked monarchy. That's a big shift, and people inside royal circles know it. Now let's talk about what happens next, because this is where things get real. When King Charles III passes, William becomes king immediately. No delay, no transition period. And just like that, Prince George of Wales steps into the spotlight as the next heir, first in line for the throne. William is expected to head straight to London and address the nation as the new monarch, setting the tone from day one. And history-wise, he's likely to take the name King William V, following a long royal tradition that goes back generations. As for Catherine, she'll be known as Queen Catherine. At first, officially Queen Consort. But over time, that title will naturally shift to simply the Queen in everyday use. Now the coronation. That's where people are expecting a big difference. Multiple insiders say it won't be as long, heavy, or over-the-top as past ceremonies. Instead, think shorter, more focused, and way more connected to everyday people. Because of William's vision, it's not about hiding behind tradition anymore. He reportedly wants to run the monarchy more like a modern system, structured, transparent, and actually accountable. Those old days where the palace stayed silent and expected the public to just accept everything? Yeah, those days are fading fast. Royal expert Afua Hagen even pointed out something interesting. William might not go after Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, by stripping their titles. Not because he can't, but because he doesn't want that kind of move to define his reign. According to her, that kind of decision could come off petty. And William seems way more focused on building a strong legacy through real work, not old drama. Still, not everything is getting thrown out. Traditions like Trooping the Color are expected to stay. That event has marked the monarch's official birthday for over 260 years, and it's not going anywhere. The plan isn't to destroy the system, it's to refine it. Keep what works, cut what doesn't, and make the whole structure feel relevant again. Now let's not forget about Queen Camilla, because her future? That's still a big question mark. At the end of the day, it'll be William's call what role, if any, she plays once he's king. Reports say King Charles made a final request, asking William to allow Camilla to keep full access to royal privileges after his passing. Some sources even claim she had a hand in shaping that arrangement herself. But here's the reality. William isn't the type to follow something just because it was requested. If it doesn't fit his vision for the monarchy, there are no guarantees it'll happen. Simple as that. And that's why this moment feels so massive. The British monarchy isn't just shifting, it's transforming right in front of everyone. William isn't sitting back waiting for a crown. He's already building the version of the kingdom he wants to lead. All the tension, the power struggles, the emotional reactions, it's all leading somewhere bigger. And just when it feels like everything has already shifted, that's when the real transformation is about to begin. Because once Prince William officially steps into power, the pace isn't expected to slow down, it's expected to accelerate fast. The groundwork has already been laid behind the scenes, and insiders say what comes next won't be subtle changes. It'll be a full evolution of how the monarchy operates. The image of the royal family as distant, untouchable, and locked behind palace gates? That version is fading out. In its place, William is pushing for something that feels more direct, more visible, and way more connected to everyday people. Not just showing up for appearances, but actually being present in a way that feels real. And that's where things start to separate his reign from everything that came before. This isn't about maintaining an illusion anymore. It's about controlling the narrative before it controls them. Sources say William has been paying close attention to how public opinion shifts online, how quickly stories spread, and how easily reputations can be reshaped overnight. That awareness is shaping how he plans to lead. Less silence, more strategy. Less reacting, more anticipating. And standing right beside him through all of it? Catherine, Princess of Wales, who insiders say will play an even bigger role once the crown is officially his. This isn't just a supportive role. It's a partnership that's expected to define the tone of the entire monarchy moving forward. Catherine brings balance, calm, and a level of relatability that the institution has struggled to maintain. Together, they're not just representing the crown, they're reshaping what it stands for. But here's where things get even more intense. Because not everyone is guaranteed a place in this new structure, there's growing talk that William's approach will come with clear lines: who stays visible, who steps back, and who disappears from the spotlight completely. It won't be random, and it definitely won't be emotional. Every decision will be calculated based on one thing: does it protect the monarchy or not? And that mindset? It's exactly why certain figures within the royal circle are reportedly uneasy right now. Queen Camilla remains one of the biggest question marks in this entire transition. Will she maintain influence or slowly fade into a more ceremonial presence? Insiders say even she may not have a clear answer yet, because if William has proven anything so far, it's that loyalty alone doesn't guarantee position. Everything has to align with the bigger plan, or it gets reconsidered. And then there's the wider family dynamic, which, let's be real, has already shown cracks over the years. The difference now is, under William, those cracks won't be quietly managed, they'll be addressed head-on. That could mean fewer working royals, tighter control over appearances, and a much more focused group representing the crown. No extra noise, no unnecessary distractions, just a streamlined version of the monarchy built for a different era. And while that might sound intense, insiders say it's exactly what William believes is necessary to keep the institution relevant. Because the world has changed, and fast. Expectations are higher, scrutiny is constant, and the public isn't as willing to accept tradition without purpose anymore. That's why this next phase isn't just about leadership, it's about survival. The monarchy, as it stands, can't afford to stay frozen in time, and William knows that. Every move he's making now is setting the stage for a system that can actually keep up with the pace of the modern world. And still, even with all the strategy, all the planning, and all the control, there's one thing nobody can fully predict. How will the public respond once it all becomes official? Because while insiders may already see William as the acting force behind the crown the moment he is formally named king, that changes everything overnight. Every move will be analyzed, every decision questioned, every relationship is put under a microscope. And that pressure? It doesn't ease up, it multiplies. But if the past few years have shown anything, it's that William isn't backing away from that spotlight. He's stepping directly into it. With a clear plan, a strong partner, and a vision that's already in motion, he's not waiting for the future to arrive. He's already shaping it. So while the palace walls may still look the same from the outside, inside, everything is shifting. Power is being redefined. Roles are being rewritten. And the old way of doing things? It's slowly being left behind. Because this isn't just another royal transition. This is a full reset of the monarchy as the world knows it, and whether people are ready for it or not. The era of King William V is no longer a distant possibility. It's right around the corner, and it's coming on strong.